found me somehow. I don't even know how that happened, and said I want to be part of this APA vision that you guys birthed in New South Wales, and I want to be part of the leadership team. So he's an interim member. I'm so grateful that you're part of the project, and he's just going to share a little bit more about APA. So over to you.
Thanks, Aaron. Good evening, everyone.
Good evening, Chris.
Aaron and I have gone a long way back as friends, right from Sydney. We come on drive. We met once when he represented the African Professionals. Then I was one of the pioneer members for the African Forum in Sydney. So we had a series of meetings and catch-ups for one single purpose: the dream for Africans to recognize for who we are.
Yes.
The dreams that Africans can be greater people with the potentials they have in them. So that single drive was what we had in common. So he eventually converted me to become a member of the African Professionals, and I respected his opinion as a good friend, and I think I had a good feel of being a member of the African Professionals. Then at a point, Aaron came to a point where he realized that being an African professional by generic name sometimes might be a deterrence for all those Africans who are not professionals, like real professionals. But every African person has a chance and a pride to explore their potentials and be who they want to be. Then we started looking at trying to give people the opportunity to be mentored, to be supported. Like we see one of our brothers this evening, that was very, I can't comprehend how to say how he can remember those words and how he can structure them. I can't really do that, but that's the talent. And this is what we want to see, that we have different various talents. We want to use them for the greater good for the Africans, so that people will know we are not just Africans, but we are people with gifts, potentials, that given the opportunity, they can be what they want to be. And that's why we're here. So we acknowledge each one of you coming around this evening to be part of this big dream, that someday we might have a bigger dream, that Africans someday will be united and have a single voice. I am a member of the Interim African Professionals of Australia. That dream came all the way from New South Wales. At a point, Aaron disappeared while I was in New South Wales. I didn't get to see him again. Then I left as destiny would have it. I had a new job in Bendigo, so I moved down to Bendigo. Then the African Professional President in Sydney told me, oh, Aaron is in Sydney, he's in Melbourne. So I tried to get in touch with him. So when I finally found him, he told me that there's something going on in Melbourne as well for Victorians. And I said to him, I've always wanted to do something for Africans, and I'll be so delighted and humbled if given the opportunity to serve my people and to work with my people. So today we're going to talk about the African Professionals of Australia. It's a group which started some years back, but very strong in New South Wales, and we're trying to bring that drive, that dream, to the Victorians of Africans of African backgrounds. The Victorian chapter was launched on the 10th of October 2012 at the Federation Square. The African Professionals of Australia Limited is a non-profit organization, but is limited by public liability. Basically, it's a platform where Africans of different background and professionals meet to where we are this evening, professionals and non-professionals like us, and every single African reaching out to interact, to meet up with those other people from other backgrounds, to exchange knowledge, potentials, and opportunities, to grow and to learn, and to be able to look back and say, this is where I'm coming from, I've got something to give. Each one of us have got something to give, and we want to share and exchange what we have in common. That's why we're here today. My good friend Aaron has the African Leaders of Tomorrow, which is a very important organization within the African Professionals, because the African Professionals, by my understanding, generically seems to tend towards those who are real professionals, accountants, lawyers, medical doctors. But what about those other Africans who are Africans but doesn't want to be a lawyer? Doesn't make you not being a professional. Every discipline dedicated and commitment makes you a professional in doing what you want to do and achieving success in it. So he tries to mentor people, teach them, give people the opportunity to be who they want to be within their skills, and someday inspire for something greater. And that we acknowledge and we keep supporting one another. The African professionals, as we said before, is opportunity for friends and all of us gathered here this evening to interact and to get to understand how we can network, use the opportunities within the network to explore other potentials we can